Well, layoffs have already begun at Twitter. Thousands of employees are expected to be told they are no longer employed by the company, coming just 1 week after Elon Musk acquired the social media company. Let's bring in Yahoo Finance's Alexis Keenan, who has the details. Alexis, we know there's also a lawsuit here over these layoffs. The timeline, I mean, we were told 9 a.m. Pacific is when employees are likely to get the notice, but it sounds like some of those have already gone out.
Yes. So, Akiko, here's what we know. We're expecting that these layoffs could be impacting as many as 50% of Twitter's workforce. That notice went out yesterday telling employees that they would get word as to whether they still had a job by 9 a.m. Pacific time. But Twitter has said that it is necessary to do these layoffs to place Twitter on a healthy path. That's what the company said, according to the Wall Street Journal. And over the past 5 years, though, we should also note that Twitter's ranks have indeed swelled. In 2021, the company added about 2,000 jobs. That was a jump of 36% over 2020. Now, the lawsuit that you mentioned, that was filed from employees yesterday, employees that still had their jobs. Only one of the plaintiffs purporting a class action lawsuit in California's federal district court, saying that they believe that they are anticipating these layoffs, and because of them, they would like to say that Twitter is violating a law called the WARN Act. Now, there's a state level law for that as well as a federal law, and what it requires is that employers that have 100 or more workers, they have to give 60 days advance written notice when a layoff is going to impact 50 or more employees at a company, or a third of the total workforce. It also applies when there's going to be a single site layoff that impacts 500 or more employees. That one applies within 90 days. Now, there are some penalties associated if there is a violation found by the court. Those penalties include back pay of those 60 days that the employees would have missed, as well as $500 per day per employee. So those numbers can add up. And also medical expenses if employees were to have to incur medical expenses without medical insurance during that period. There are some exceptions, though, to that rule, and we would expect that in defending itself, Twitter may invoke some of these defenses, and they include unforeseen circumstances, business circumstances for the company. So that lawsuit, it's a little bit early, having been filed yesterday, but I would think that the court, if those employees are in fact fired, would then give them the opportunity to go forward. But again, it is a class action that is purported to be on behalf of all employees that would be similarly situated.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot that's happened in the week since Elon Musk acquired the company. One thing we know he's not happy about is companies pausing their ad buys on Twitter. And he tweeted this a short time ago, saying Twitter has had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers, even though nothing has changed with content moderation. And we did everything we could to appease the activists. Extremely messed up. They're trying to destroy free speech in America. We've already seen a number of major companies, at least one major agency, saying we want to just hold off on advertising anything until we get a better sense of what this platform looks like. I mean, how is this exit likely to accelerate?
Yeah. So it's hard to say, Akiko. You can see there on the screen, these are the companies that have actually come out and publicly stated that they're going to do a pause. They're going to wait to see what content moderation will be about at Twitter under Musk. You have General Mills, you have Volkswagen and Audi, as well as Pfizer and General Motors. So that's just a few. As far as these groups, we don't know exactly who Elon Musk is talking about. We are reaching out and we will ask him who exactly he thinks is exerting this level of pressure.
Okay. Alexis Keenan on top of the story. Thanks so much for that.